Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Enoch and this is one of the best Python tutorials that you're gonna find on the internet. I'm gonna keep things simple and easy to understand, and I'm sure many of you are here and you already decided, you've read about Python and you've already decided that you wanna learn Python. However, for those people who are wondering what the hell is Python. Now, Python is a multi-purpose language that has been used to develop. It's used in fields of web development. It's used in the fields of machine learning, data science, artificial intelligence, and software development. Yeah, that's why it's so widely popular. Okay. Now, to get Python running on your machine locally, first things first, even for this tutorial, you would need a text editor, for example, Sublime Text. You can write some Python code right in here. You can use VS Code, that is Visual Studio Code. I think I have copy installed VS Code. Yeah, you can say Visual Studio Code. Or you can install the IDE, an IDE called PyCharm. Yeah, so I have the community edition right here. So before you actually start running any Python code on your computer, you're gonna need what Python itself installed on your computer. Okay, so to do that, you just search for Python, then maybe download, something like that. Then you're gonna come to Python right here. Okay, then you're gonna click on download. Okay, then you need to start downloading. Okay, and once done downloading, because I already have it installed, you're gonna click on it, double click on it, and it's just like any other software. Okay, if I'm to finish it up and I show you guys, let's open this up. Okay, all right, so now install now. So it starts installing, initialize everything. I approve, I authorize it to install the necessary files. Then it goes through the setup progress, and once everything is done, it's just a walkover. Okay, so it's gonna install the interpreter, the Python interpreter. It's gonna install some executable files, libraries that you may need to do, some basic operations on your data and everything that is required. Okay, so this process takes about a minute or so and it's done. So now the installation is done, and I'm gonna just close this. Now, to test whether Python is working on your machine, you basically need to only create a simple program. For example, if I come to Sublime Text right here, I'll close these and I'll come here and right click on this folder here. Then I'll say new file. Maybe I'll save it as let me save it as test.py. So py extension stands for that. It tells the computer that this is a Python file. Okay, now let's hit save. So it's now saved, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna write a simple print statement, something like this: print, then we put some quotation marks, then we insert what we want to print. For example, I can say my name is Enoch. All right, then I'll save that. And I think to run Python files in Sublime Text, I think the shortcut is Control B. Yeah, so yeah, it's a code that builds it. Yeah, it's a shortcut that runs the file. Yeah, so you can do that. Yeah, so you can print out a bunch of things. For example, 3 plus, hold on, 3 plus 4, and Control B again, and to just print out things. Okay, so that means that Python is working properly on your machine. Yeah, now I advise you for large scale programs, do not use a Sublime Text, because you may run into some issues where you need to refactor some code, and the IDEs, for example, like PyCharm, that I showed you guys are really large scale applications that come with more libraries, that when you're building stuff like graphical user interfaces, really come in handy. Okay, they come in handy. Okay, but now for my case, I'm gonna use Google Colab. It's called Google Colab. Yeah, let me see. So this is the platform that I'll be using. It's majorly used for data science and machine learning and deep learning tasks. But remember, all those are based on Python. Yeah. So any Python code that you are trying to run at this stage, remember, guys, I'm teaching you the fundamentals, how everything works in Python. Then, depending on your use case or business case, if you want to develop mobile games, some software to run on your machine, I would suggest IDOs like Visual Studio Code or PyCharm in that case. Yeah. If you want to move into data science, then these environments might work better for you because I like Google Colab. It gives me much more power than a normal laptop or PC would. Yeah. So for data science and deep learning tasks, that would be totally fine. Yeah. But everything is gonna be running inside Google Colab. So for you guys to create a Google Colab account, you only need a Gmail address and a Google account. So you can come here, and this will basically lead you to the Google Colab like site, sort of. Yeah. And for you to start writing code, you only need to come here to file and write new notebook. Okay. Yeah. So the difference between the way code runs in such these are called notebooks, and the way it works in text editors is sort of different. Let me show you guys. If you're to print something, for example, print, my name is Enoch. My name is Enoch. Okay. So this is what I want to print. Okay. So hit Shift and Enter and run the code, then return the statement. Yeah. So then I can move on to the next code. So I can say print, let's say 3 plus 4. Oh, sorry, why do I do that? And it will print out something like 7. Okay. Yet, for the case of this, if I'm to print these, I have to it return 7. So if I want to print something else, I would still have to type print. For example, my name is Enoch. Then I would Control B and it will run and print this. But sometimes you may not want to run all this code at once. Yeah. So for the simplicity of this tutorial, I really want to use these cells. These are called cells to make the code sort of cleaner and inherent. Yeah. So I don't know if I'll be able to share these notebooks later on, but I think I will share it with you guys so that in case you need to reference any code that I've written here, you can check the link. It will be one link. It's going to be one notebook where we run everything. Yeah. So in case you want to copy a piece of code, you guys will just come into Google Colab, copy everything into your code, and everything will just be working fine. Okay. So now that I've gotten all that hard stuff out of the way, we're going to be starting off Python and writing some basic code and logic, knowing how Python works. Then we get started. Now, this has been 9 minutes, and I think it's long enough for a brief introductory of Python. So in the next tutorial, we're going to start coding. Okay.